Hello everyone, I hope you're doing well. I know it's been a long time. I did a live stream. Could be like probably 6 months or a year, but I decided to start again. So in order to improve myself, but also like to give others some insights. I did a small break from live trading. I mostly focused on the actual trading. I tried some different things, which gave me a little bit more experience. Um, in fact, I started like an additional course, which took me about maybe a month or so to go through it. Because even though my high time frame analysis and everything was alright, I was still lacking a little bit of the entries because I was getting stopped out. So I decided to view a course regarding, was a little bit ICT, and was also like ICT with a little bit some niche criteria for entries, which we'll talk through about a bit later or maybe during the session, which gave me a good insight on how markets move before they actually make the actual move. They do some things that I need to be aware of. Anyway, we're just closing up now on the opening, and let's do our prep together. So we're gonna do two types of prep. The one on the high time frame, as we used to. So basically, starting from the yearly, we see now the yearly came through quite forcefully into the DVA, but now we're at the VWAP, which is below the VWAP. So expect sellers at about 25,130. We're just below it now. And it's also a good thing now to put, so I can just put a horizontal line here, because the VWAP is not working very well on the yearly. It's very off price. Somewhere. So I'm just gonna do that very fast. Like this. Okay, just know where's the VWAP. Okay. Okay, so yeah, we expect sellers from the VWAP itself. Just give me a sec because it didn't copy. So I just have to do it again. So yeah, I was telling you that it's good to be back on the VWAPs because I was focused mainly on the price action itself. But I realized that without the VWAPs you can't do much because you need a context. You can't just do price action. You need to be aware of where the price is moving, in which environment. Yeah, okay, just going through my screen now. Yes, so we expect sellers from the big investors. So we go on the quarterly. The quarterly is not very important at the moment because it's the same as the monthly. We go straight to the monthly then. So on the monthly, we had a little bit in the beginning of the month within the DVA, the monthly DVA. We saw this one, you see like the big imbalance here, which happened because of the Trump just ended up the war or find some solution in the Iran. And then we see the prices climbing, but it hasn't retraced back at the DVA high as it was expected. So here you will see that it's actually held by the weekly DVA high, which is just about here. So in terms of context, I would say we may see some price action sideways today, and I'll explain myself. Just give me a second. Just bringing up my joint rules. Okay, there they are. All right. So okay. So I expect personally price to move either sideways, continue. So in order to digest the big move here, so we see if price is held above by the yearly VWAP, we see we tried to break yesterday, but we came through and retested it and we rejected it in fact. And then we see so the price on the upper part is held by the weekly VWAP, and the price on the lower part is held by the weekly DVA high. So my plan for today is to take longs from the weekly DVA high as long as it stands. I'm not gonna try to fade because we're still in a bullish condition. I mean, we're still below the yearly VWAP, but we came out of the. We see the yearly. We just came out of the selling imbalance here. We see there was like a tunnel here, and we see that it broke out. So we're in a bullish momentum. So I'm not gonna try to fade out the uppers. I'm gonna be looking for longs. The only way I'm gonna short is if we break. If price breaks the weekly DVA high, then I'm gonna be looking to take something like this towards the VWAP, or probably even better. We see here we may hit the monthly DVA high on our way down. But here we see here actually. So here we expect to hit the DVA high. So after that here, I'm just gonna start trailing after the weekly VWAP. So basically the weekly DVA high is going to be a key element for today. I'm just going to take a screenshot of that. Okay, now we're moving into the technical analysis. Let's see if it's yeah. So regarding the technical analysis now, the weekly has. So this is the second week in a bullish momentum. We see here we ate this liquidity. So we said above, we ate that. Yesterday we just broke out we just some liquidity from this week, and we brought us down. So may add up again just in case we tested, because price likes to join liquidities at the highs. So we see all these liquidities here waiting to be taken. So we tested and we came back. I expect to test it again at some point. let me draw. Okay, I'm just gonna redraw this so they can add it to my chart. Okay. Okay, so coming back to my chart, so as we said, we joined this liquidity, which is at 25 to 10, yes. And I'm gonna draw up this some more liquidity, which they work some magnets for the market, just in case they can be taken out. So these are all external liquidities. So I'm not gonna draw anymore because there's no point. It's too far away. Coming into the daily, I was seeing before. So here we are, the daily. Nothing important. I don't see anything in here. But I saw before there is like an 8-hour nice imbalance here, which we may respect and actually holds. And this is what I'm gonna draw. So we have here. That's it. Pretty much. Okay, so we have an 8-hour imbalance. We're standing just above it. I expect to hold it. So I don't see anything else in here. There's also another balance here, that's an old one. Okay, let's go into the 4 hours to see if there is anything else. I don't see anything else in here. Yeah, 2 hours. Yeah, there's a 2 hours imbalance here. Small one. It's still imbalanced though. 2 hours imbalance. Let's see if there's an overlap on the 1 hour. So we see here during the overnight that the price actually tested that imbalance but I couldn't break it. What happened last morning, yesterday, but I couldn't take it. Let's go back into the 30 minutes if there's something that I need to be aware. There's an imbalance here. We're coming out on the 30 minutes chart. Let's see if we see that on the one. Yeah, there is a small one here. Just gonna draw it. It's a 30 minutes. Let's see if we see it better on the. Yeah, we see better the 15 minutes. Right. We're right through it now. Okay, yeah, we're right through it now. That's why we see the price is quite choppy in here. Because we're in the middle of the balance and there are forces from the different sides try to break it. A nice long would be above it if we manage to take out all this liquidity from here. So I'm just gonna draw these liquidity rounds as well. And then we're gonna draw together the session highs and lows. So this liquidity levels they work together with the high time frame. So the high time frame is the context, but here there's nice levels which price may react on its way to the higher price, or while it moves. So we may see some small rejections, rebalances, all this kind of stuff. So the high time frame we can get the context, but this one we can actually take small targets within the bigger context. So there are smaller ones, of course. These are we see here how price tested that actually liquidity. So here we just tested it. And I'm gonna draw also lower ones just in case we move lower. Okay, I think we're all set. So we can see the barriers. So we can see also here how the 8-hour balance was tested yesterday. Right almost to the tick. Now we're going to lower high time frames, which is about price action itself. So we're not going to do it here. We're going to see when the market opens what imbalances they offer. Okay, I think we're all set now. We've done our analysis. So I'm gonna have on my stream this is my main execution screen. We're just waiting now for the market to open and see. So in terms of the weekly VWAP, the weekly VWAP holds about here. So I'm just gonna have it on another screen. So we see this is, so basically this one we see the line, that's the monthly 1.5, and this is the weekly DVA high that I told you before, that it holds the price from yesterday. So we see that yesterday's move came bullish from the night news, from the overnight news, came back because there were sellers here on the +2 weekly and the monthly, so it came back to test this is the 1.5. So here there were sellers from the yearly because we're just above the yearly VWAP, and the monthly and the weekly because we're at the extremes. So the price came back. We tested the balance as we saw before. It tested again the VWAP and it came back. And now we see that the weekly VWAP is holding the price. So basically I'll be looking to take a trade either from here or from yesterday's balance here if we go to the top, to the low, to these lows. So now I expect with the opening to get some retracement back into the lows, to take these liquidities now. This and this and this, or and then probably find and then go back again. But when we're in a consolidation mode, we see like now we're just getting into we're in a consolidation mode. So we see now we're in a structure, basically, which is the upper structure. We'll see if today we can break out and test again the VWAP. But probably what's going to happen, we see we traded a lot in here without any chance of breaking. So I expect price to come down. Probably we may see some traps on the top and then come back down. Like here, for example, when in the opening, we may see some traps. Sorry. So here we may see some traps, break down and coming back again, or go here and coming back again to test the balances, these liquidities here. And then from here we either go down again from the balance if we're really bearish, or we may hold to go back again, like here. But to be honest, we don't have any high time frames around here, so our only chance is from the weekly DVA high or a rejection from the yearly VWAP. But we're in the middle of it, so there's no high time frames around. So we're gonna stick mostly on the price action, I guess, unless we see a bigger dive like yesterday. Yeah, as I was saying before, I've been trading for about 3 years. I've been through a lot of phases, like every trader, greed, fear, you just name it, pretty much everything. I'm still struggling a little bit a few times, but it's not like before. Uh, But this is the weekly, like the VWAPs, the high time frame VWAP analysis, the top down approach has been like my bread and butter all this time. Just lately, I felt the need to read about more about price action itself, because I see how market respects the imbalances. And high temperatures are nice, but they don't give you the precision of the price action. So if we go, yesterday there was a nice entry, but I missed it, and then I ended up doing some wrong things. So we see here how this imbalance. Let me see. That's 2-hour balance. Yesterday was respected, and we tested the lower part, and now we see we went up. So this is the session VWAP. So basically, price just came in from the lows from the news, tried to hold up here. For a moment, I thought we would go in consolidation above the balance, but we broke below it. We see here how we tested the balance 2 times. We tested the 50% and we tested the lower part. And that was a nice entry, but I missed it because we had this one was a nice entry right up here because we had a double test on the top. We had quite a big change of delivery, so we had a big aggressive move to the downside, and then we had a stop hunt, which most of the times happens, so the market can't get rid of the retail traders and just move on lower. So that was a nice entry, which someone could have taken to the VWAP, or at least here, if someone wanted to trade with more safely. Then price, of course, continue. If someone held any runner, price continue exactly to the imbalance, the 8-hour imbalance, and exactly where the DVA low was. And then we saw a rejection, which couldn't make it above the 2-hour imbalance. There was some liquidity here, so it reached. You see, it got up this liquidity, but there was another liquidity on the top and another. It didn't go that far, and then price returned back and tested the VWAP, the intraday VWAP, couldn't hold above, and price again couldn't break above, just held below trying to break. It couldn't, just continue lower. That was a nice trade as well, from here to here if someone took it. And then nothing important, just closing up for the session. So now we can draw our liquidity, high and low liquidity of the sessions, which are also nice. They're nice liquidity targets. So we see the Asia highs that were taken by the London. The London was taken by the New York in the overnight. Yes, was here. But we haven't taken the lows yet. So we see the Asia low was taken by the London. The London was not taken by the Asia, which are these two ones. And these are. So I'll be looking to see market grabbing this liquidity before it ramps up. That's the one we already marked. So we're opening like in 3 minutes. Okay, now our C price is going up again. Probably goes to do some liquidity sweep. I'm not interested in this kind of actions. I'm waiting for a retracement. At least here at a balance, we see there is like a structure here, some lows. This low, which was like 5 hours ago. Now market took the liquidity, this one. Nothing for me to do here. I'm expecting some kind of retracement, either here, the DVA high, or here, or even go here, take the lows. Okay, we really want to push higher. We're not at the, we haven't reached the yearly VWAP yet. Something I'm expecting. a short right now. I'll take it to this liquidity first, which is about 250 R. Okay, wait for the candle to close. There is a nice imbalance in here. 1 minute imbalance. Right here. I'll try to short below the imbalance if we break it. There is also like, I think there's a nice also like order block around here. Let's see. That was a nice liquidity. You see, grabbed above this liquidity and broke below, but it didn't give me any entry point because I'm expecting like a back test at the imbalance to actually test it. Now we're gonna see if it holds. I may enter right here. So we see the 15-minute imbalance is holding now. I will explain later my entry and why I was thinking that way. I expect price to hold, to break below. So there was a nice break of structure here, we see. Now we're doing a pullback. We're doing a pullback in the order block here, we see. Now if price is real, we're gonna test this liquidity. We're gonna go down in here, which is in about 2.5%. 1 to 3, 1 to 2.5. We're still below the 1 minute candle. I'm out. Let's see, we may see another rejection now. So price is trying to push higher, but we see some exhaustion there. I'm waiting to see some nice imbalance to break here. Then I'm gonna go sell from here. See some. Just waiting to see some nice big aggressive move to the downside. So there's nothing to do so far. I haven't seen anything. Just buyers trying to break. They can't. We grab some liquidity from here. So we see we grab this liquidity up here. But I was expecting to move lower and to see, but we didn't. And now I'm expecting for another lower, probably now at any moment. Let's see. Or I'm just expecting the yesterday's so there's some liquidity on the top, like we said about here, here, or even here. There's a nice two-hour balance. So I'm expecting to short because we are the yearly VWAP now. So we may see some good rejection in there. Price is very aggressive now. It's trying to reach the yearly VWAP. There could be a nice entry here. Because there was a change of delivery. We broke this order block. This block was breaking here. So we're taking out this liquidity now. I haven't seen any entry yet. decided to go in. There was a nice break of structure here. The balance which was here is taking now. We see that the barriers they can't break above, they are still bullish, they still try to hold the DVA high, but they can't really do a breakthrough. So that's why I was betting on the short. There's also a nice imbalance in here, which seems to respect it so far. There we go. Let's see if we can make it up to VWAP, and I'm gonna close my position. Okay, we see sellers are pressing. Let's see how far we can go. Okay, let's see how easy it's easy to break the VWAP. If it's not, I'm gonna close my position. Okay, sellers are quite strong. Okay, I closed my position because I couldn't break the VWAP. There was also the 50-minute imbalance in here. So we end up the day with a minor loss of about 2%. That's alright. our trade was about taken here. It was about 1 to 6, 1 to 6, 1 to 8. I was planning to go here to 1 to 2, but that's alright. Yeah, we see price now is continuing lower. Or at least it tries to go lower. The thing is, because I have a small account, I only get to play with 1 micro. So there's no, I can't scale out in here and keep a position open. So I had to close here just in case it reverses back. And price, yes, price goes to take this out liquidities, this one and this one at 2.11. Okay, I'm happy with my trades. Probably the second trade I shouldn't have taken it. Was a bit of waste, but the third trade was really valid. We saw we saw here at the highs there was a clear. I'm gonna show you now. Let me just clear this one. Don't need it. So we see here. No, not this one. So we see here that there was a clear. So we see here there was a break of structure here. Price came and we tested it. So we see a break of structure. Price came, retested, and here was a clear short, which I took about here. It was a bit early because actually the price structure was suggesting that we might go up to here. So it would be a valid reason to hold it up to here. Yeah, now we see price is actually going down to test the weekly DVA high as suspected. We can see it here. So we can see price is coming down to test again the weekly DVA high. As I said, I was going with 1 contract, so that's why I took it a bit early at the VWAP here. And let me see the deviation projection, how it works. Retracement. Okay, so that was a nice concluding. I may had a little bit of loss today, but I got a nice trade in the end. And yeah, I got a nice trade. So we see at the end in the highs we see a break of structure, which made also a change of delivery here. Then we saw make this price action made 1 minute imbalance, break the imbalance, retested it, closed below, and then boom. So I'm gonna take a screenshot as well of this. So we see here we tried to short, throwing it, believing it would go down, rejected, closing position here, then tried another short here, it didn't work out, then we got the big one right here to 541. I close about here. Okay, that's the end of me today. I hope you're having a nice trading session if you continue past this point. And I'll see you tomorrow on Friday. Have a nice evening.